Hey YouTube, Southwest252 here with another video, and this time I'll be reviewing the NG models 1/400 scale JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 in the new livery. Before I get into the review, I'd just like to say I'd really appreciate it if you'd check out my Instagram, and the link for that is in the description below. So we'll start off with the box. You have the tail design for this aircraft across the front of the box. It does say Airbus A320 at the top. There's a computer-generated image of this aircraft. The aircraft name is Blue Yorker. This registration of this model is November 821 Juliet Bravo. NG models 1/400 scale collectible models, die-cast metal. On the bottom of the box, it has pretty much the same information, but it has the item number, which for this model is 15050. On the left side of the box, it's just blank with JetBlue on it. Top's pretty much the same as the bottom. The right side's pretty much the same as the left side. And on the back of the box, you've got the same box art as the front. Don't forget to check out the NG model's social media. And warning, choking hazard small parts for adult collectors, not suitable for children under 14 years old. And that's all for the box. Now for the model. So this is actually my first A320 from NG models. I have several A321s and A321neos, but this is my first A320. So it's pretty much the same mold, just shortened. So really no difference there. It does still have the problem with the sharklets, or in my eyes, the problem with the sharklets. I don't think the sharklets are that well done. They're too thick at the top, and then the part where they join the main part of the wing is too steep. It should be a nice curve blended in, but this mold does not have it. So that is still a consistent thing with this mold, and NG hasn't fixed it. So that I'm not really happy about, but in other ways, this model is, the mold is pretty good. It's really just that thing is my main issue. So we'll start down at the front of the aircraft. You do have the nose cone painted on. It's very hard to tell on this model because of the color of the blue, but it is there. Then you have other details such as the pitot tubes. You have the aircraft name, again, is Blue Yorker. You have the cockpit windows, the L1 door, and then the nose gear underneath. All the gears are rubber and do roll. And then it does have the fleet number on it, I believe, 821. Can't quite read it out, but I think it is 821. Then you have the antenna on top there. You've got the deep blue color for the fuselage. Now, I do think the blue is a bit dark for what it actually should be. Maybe it's just the lighting in my room, but I'm pretty sure it's a little bit too dark. You have the JetBlue titles across the front of the aircraft. You have your two overwing emergency exits and escape routes painted on the wing there. You've got the flat fairings in the back. You have the orange sharklet on the end. Then you have the IAE engines. I think the size on this is pretty decent. So the Gemini Jet's version of the IAE engine isn't too bad. It's more the CFM one. But I do think this one is a little bit more accurate than the Gemini version. You got your main gear underneath, and then here is the inside view of the engines. Then you move towards the back. You have a white Wi-Fi dome on top there. You've got two antennas in the back. You've got the tail design that bleeds onto the rear of the fuselage now. You have the American flag, the registration, which again is November 821 Juliet Bravo. It does say Airbus A320 underneath. So then you have the dark blue, the white, the light blue, and then a little bit of orange. And then it all, of course, carries onto the tail up there. Then on the right side, it's all the same, just with the cargo luggage doors. They're underneath the L and the U. Very hard to tell on camera, but they are there. And then in the back, you can kind of see it in that white area to the bottom left of the registration. So here is the front view of this aircraft. Here's the right side. Here's the back view. There's the left side. There's the top view. And here's the bottom. So at the front, again, you do have your nose cone, the main gear, the nose gear. Having a bit of trouble getting it focused. But there you can kind of see the nose gear. It does have the JetBlue titles down in the middle of the fuselage. You've got a stand hole in the middle. Then there's your main gear. All the gears rubber do roll underneath the engines and wings. Then you have another antenna, and then you move back. You've got the doors for the APU and the APU itself all the way in the back. So that's really it for the model. Overall, it's a decent model, just the slight issue with the sharklets of the mold, and then the blue being a little bit too dark. I'm going to take off 1.5 points for that, so this model will be getting a score of 28.5 out of 30. But that's going to be it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to my channel if you're new. And once again, I'd really appreciate it if you'd check out my Instagram, and the link for that is in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Bye.
We would like to point out the safety features of this Boeing 737-700 series aircraft. You're looking at the Southwest Airlines bestseller. It's a safety information card. It's in the seat pocket in front of you. It works as a fan for no extra charge. You're welcome. And it reads as a comic book. It has a lot of short stories. None of them ends well. Absolutely.